Pakistan's economy continues to expand. Gross domestic product grew at a high level of 5.8% in this current fiscal year. In the first 9 months of this current fiscal year, foreign direct investment in Pakistan increased by 4.4% to $2.09 billion from $2 billion in the same period last year. The business sector in the UK has also recently announced over £100 million of investment in Pakistan, including the oil and gas sectors. And it's clear to see why China's president believes Pakistan has the capability to be the next Asian tiger. And here at CPIC, we are very proud to be at the forefront of an emerging Pakistan growth story and look forward to introducing international best practices and our company's morals of trust, sincerity, and transparency into the industry.
I'm very impressed, I mean, this is the first time I come across this project, and my friend told me how this Gwader project is going, and I heard and read about it, but this is the actually first time I attend seminar. Very impressed. I come from an investment banking background, and I do project finance, and been 10 years now. So I have come across a lot of projects. I had never seen such a beautiful project, so dynamic, the size and scale of infrastructure, and the Chinese are actually pouring, God knows, something like tens and tens of billions, I think like 62 billion, that's the number, into this particular project. And it's just huge, and there's a lot of potential for investors to make a lot of money in a very short space of time. And you can imagine if a project of this scale, backing up by the Pakistan government and the Chinese government, can pour in so much money. Well, how can it not? Because I come from investment banking background, specialized in project finance, so I'm always up to date what's going on in the large scale infrastructure project. So, and I'm also very interested in the Belt and Road Initiative, and I do know the Gwader project is part of the Belt and Road Initiative, so I follow on it. And I also learned a lot about this already, and read in the newspaper the other day, they say the Gwader project, people at the beginning invested, they make something like not 500% return in a few years, and there is still a lot of potential for growth. This is only the beginning, and I would highly recommend anyone, if they want to invest a project and put part of their investment in this project, and within 3 years that will be amazing return, and so this is what I can say.
The deep-water Gwader port lies at the convergence of three of the most commercially important regions of the world, the oil-rich Middle East, Central Asia and South Asia. Beijing is developing Gwader as part of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, known as CPEC. The two countries launched the 15-year project in 2015 to jointly build highways, railways, power plants, communications and industrial zones in Pakistan, with a Chinese investment initially estimated at $46 billion. The aim is to link Gwader to landlocked Western China to give it a shorter and secure route through Pakistan to global markets. Some in Pakistan are worried skilled Chinese laborers, engineers and businesses will flood the country, hurting domestic industries.
So, I think it is not true. It is not true.
Dostan Khan Jamaldini, the top Pakistani administrator at the port, says about 65% of the labor force on construction and other projects at Gwader is Pakistani, and the number of Chinese is currently just over 300.
Look now, this is the building you can see which is under construction, all prefabricated with the Chinese technology. for erecting such a massive building in 2 or 3 months. I don't think so that we can do it right now. But yes, with this work, gradually the transfer of technology is also coming to Pakistan. And it will further minimize the presence of Chinese experts and engineers in Pakistan.
Chinese fuel imports and trading cargo will be loaded on trucks and ferried to and from the western Xinjiang region through the Karakoram highway, snaking past snow-capped peaks in northern Pakistan. Officials anticipate Gwader will become South Asia's biggest shipping center within 5 years, with a yearly capacity of handling 13 million tons of cargo. And by 2030, they say the port will be handling up to 400 million tons of cargo annually. Security concerns and India's claims over some of the territory crossed by the massive project remain key challenges for Gwader and CPEC in general. Just beyond Gwader's two semicircular bays, the Arabian Sea meets the Persian Gulf, and local fishermen ply the crystal blue waters as they have for generations. The coastal city's poverty-stricken residents are mostly fishermen and boat makers. They are hoping new employment opportunities will be created for them in the wake of the massive development underway in Gwader. But residents say hours-long daily power outages and a scarcity of water are the immediate problems facing them.
We are facing frequent power blackouts and water shortages.
We got no fish today and came back empty-handed.